have to give thanks for surviving this tragedy, and I'm also thankful because all the members of my family have survived. Our life is more difficult now. Many houses like mine have been destroyed, but luckily I have another one where I can stay with my family. And I hope that someday we'll be able to rebuild our house. My name is Asmita Mahajan, and I live in Sunakoti in Kathmandu Valley.
Yeah, now 4:30.
I live here with my family. Our house, as was that of our neighbours, was destroyed by the earthquake, and now we are in this rented house, which is the only one we can afford. In spite of everything, we have been very lucky because some of our neighbours have lost their homes and have had to move to the city where they live with great difficulty and suffering in tents in makeshift camps. I get up very early at about 4 o'clock in the morning because before going to work I have to do the cleaning and the rest of the housework. Whilst the others are still asleep, I make the most of my time by doing a little sewing. Nowadays, cooking is much more complicated because there isn't any gas, so we have to use firewood outdoors on the roof, as there is no other way to prepare our daily meals. My mother-in-law lost her house in the earthquake, and for this reason she lives here too with her youngest daughter, and the truth is that they give me a lot of help with the housework. Nor do we have running water, but there are several wells in the town where we can draw some and take it home. Every day before going to work, I go to my old house to pray. to pray for protection against any other misfortunes, our house, our neighbours, and for help, and to give thanks for our life here. Afterwards, I go home and wake up my son. He, like many others, cannot go to school because the buses aren't running due to the lack of fuel caused by the blockade. Therefore, I have to help him with his studies so he can keep up with his schoolwork.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
My husband comes home for his breakfast very early. He gets up even earlier than I do, so he needs to build up his strength. When he arrives at the house, the meal is already prepared. It's the moment of the day when the family gets together, as later on we all have to go to work and don't have much free time. It is without a doubt the happiest time of the day. I leave for work in good time since it's a long way. There are very few buses and I have a long walk before catching mine. However, I'm very fortunate and my workmates wait for me so we can get the bus to work together. On the way, I go past some of the makeshift camps and think how fortunate I am to have a house for me and my family. I also see queues of people with their fuel cans. They have to wait for several days just to get a couple of litres. Other times I see many kilometres of gas cylinders lined up, and it takes days to get a full one. Meanwhile, as nobody has anything to cook with, they meet in the street to cook with the kindling they have collected. traffic is often heavy and slow, and what with the fuel shortage and demonstrations, it's even more difficult to get anywhere. The journey is long, but chatting to my companions makes it shorter. I am very happy with my job. I wish everybody could work in such a good place. En route, we regularly come across young people protesting in the street as they want their normal lives back and an end to so many difficulties. I spend my life here with my workmates. Thanks to this job, many of us can feed our families. I'm very grateful to the company I work for, Mahaguti, who respect a fair workplace and therefore make our lives that bit easier.
यही हो मेरो दिनको काम त्यहाँ घरबाट आएँ यसो गरेर आएँ यो काम गर्ने दिनभरि अब 10 to 5
This is my daily life. When I finish work at the factory, it's already night. I go home, cook the meal for my child and husband, eat, and finish any chores that may need doing. I go to sleep giving thanks and thinking about a new day and the day we will get back to normal. Many thanks.
त्यसपछि चाहिँ म 10 बजेतिर सुत्छु बेलुका 10 बजेतिर सुतेर अनि बिहान त्यही हो रुटिन चाहिँ त्यही हो मेरो धन्यवाद